Coming up on City Connection, an East Side neighborhood gets its very own cop.
And the neighborly way to get a city code violation corrected fast. Those stories and much more coming up next on City Connection.
This is City Connection, your Southfield city government news and information source. With Lisa Hawkins and Dan Casey reporting. And now from the City Cable 15 studio, City Connection.
Southfield's new community policing program area on the east side of town now has its own full-time police officer on the job. The new Deck Park Community Policing District is bounded by Greenfield and Southfield roads on the east and west, and on the north and south by Lincoln and Mount Vernon. It's the second community policing area to be established. The John Grace neighborhood on the southwest side was assigned a full-time police officer in 1993, and the rates of most categories of serious crimes in that location have dropped significantly. Officer Mark Ryder began his assignment early this month as the Deck Park Community Police Officer. He has served with Southfield Police for 8 years. He joined the department after several years of experience with a Southfield-based private security agency. The bulk of Ryder's work in the area will involve intensive patrolling as well as personal contact with residents and local business people. He will be stationed in a community policing office at the Southfield Education Center on Mount Vernon, just west of Greenfield. The office will be used for meetings and record keeping and allows the officer to remain in the community and respond quickly to emergencies. The Deck Park area is named for the freeway Deck Park, which spans the I-696 freeway at Lincoln near Greenfield. It is a bustling, ethnically diverse neighborhood of residences, retail shopping, and offices, as well as the location of the city's new Center for the Arts. It was selected as a community policing site because of rising rates of minor crime and youth-related incidents.
Assigning a cop to patrol a neighborhood is a traditional law enforcement strategy. But this month, Southfield Police also acquired a very advanced high-tech tool for doing police work. The task of taking and using mugshots of crime suspects will never be quite the same. Southfield Police and the Oakland County Sheriff's Department are the first area departments to link up electronically on a regional mugshot production and storage system. Officers recently demonstrated use of the computerized system, which becomes fully operational soon. The $33,000 system was paid for through a state grant. It produces, stores, and transmits digital images of suspects, as well as provides extensive information about people who have been arrested. In the months ahead, at least 7 area police agencies will be linked through the system and be able to share and analyze crime suspect data instantly.
Oh, it cuts the workload down tremendously. People see on TV there's books and they go through, they have the victim sitting going through mugshot books. Well, in real life, Southfield never had mugshot books. A detective would have to go through all the mugshots and pick out ones that were matched so that they were close. Here we'll be able to, boom, on a computer, look, and any information that the victim knows about him, whether it's a white male and he was 6 foot and he had blue eyes, we could pop in that information and instantly the computer will tell us how many white males with blue eyes are in that system, and we can start looking at those pictures. Or if there are too many who are in there like that, we can start to shorten the search by adding other data elements, like he's 6 foot tall, or he has brown hair, or he had glasses. And each one of these things, as you add them, cut the search down smaller and smaller to make it a reasonable size that you could show somebody maybe 12 mugshots instead of 120.
Dan, the new digital mugshot system is just the first of 2 high-tech tools police are acquiring this summer. The second will be a new digital fingerprinting system that should be in operation soon.
And Lisa, the 2 new systems should make it a lot faster for police to identify crime suspects.
Hope so.
The Duns Scotus Franciscan Seminary is under new ownership by another religious organization. The sprawling 110-acre property has been purchased by the Word of Faith International Christian Center of Redford. The church group operates both a seminary and a school. That's the same way the Franciscans utilized Duns Scotus' classic Italian-style chapel, dorms, and classroom center starting in the 1930s. The seminary was closed in 1992 because of a scarcity of Franciscan priests, although the grounds continue to be the site of the city's Gold Cup polo match. No purchase price for Duns Scotus has been disclosed.
An oddly shaped vacant lot at one of Southfield's busiest entry points soon will be vacant no more. Construction is underway at the northwest corner of 12 Mile and Northwestern of a new Citgo service station. The facility is located on a triangular lot surrounded by busy streets. City planning officials say Citgo has agreed to provide extensive landscaping on the property. Completion of the service station is scheduled late this summer.
Just ahead, giving residents more clout in helping to enforce city codes.
Please stay tuned. Important voter deadlines are approaching in advance of the primary election on Tuesday, August 6th. Although the deadline for voter registration has passed, you have until August 3rd to obtain an absentee ballot at the city clerk's office. The final day to vote by absentee ballot will be Monday, the 5th, by 4 in the afternoon. That's the day before the primary.
The family of the late Tom Frohmeyer, former Southfield Human Services Director, is asking that contributions be made in his name to either the Franciscan Poverty Program through St. Michael's Church in Southfield or to the Michigan Cancer Society. Frohmeyer, who was 65 years old, died of cancer July 11th. He retired from the city administrative staff last year after directing the Human Services Department for 23 years. Frohmeyer, a native Kentuckian, held a bachelor's degree in philosophy from Duns Scotus Seminary and was an ordained priest before joining the Southfield municipal staff. He is survived by his wife Mary and 2 sons.
The city has found an effective way to correct many code violations in residential neighborhoods. It's letting the residents handle the problem themselves whenever possible, and more residents are being urged to give the strategy a try. When lawns aren't mowed, weeds grow too tall, or boats and RVs are parked in yards or on driveways, residents throughout the city are now handling the situation. It's the result of the ACTION program, ACTION standing for Active Citizens Together in Our Neighborhoods. Neighborhood association officers voluntarily use official Keep Southfield Beautiful postcards provided by the Code Enforcement Department. The cards notify neighbors when code violations on their properties need correcting. If a problem continues for more than 10 days, the city is asked officially to get involved. Southfield's code enforcement manager says ACTION is proving that neighbors often are best able to find out about and fix nearby eyesores and annoyances.
They are, because there's always that element as human beings of peer pressure, and if you know that your neighbor, has a concern and as an association they're addressing it to you that you need to cut your grass more frequently or whatever the issue might be, I think it certainly has an effect on that person in getting them to want to conform and provide for a good, properly maintained home within that neighborhood that they're living in. That is the largest investment that they make, and I think most people, when it's brought to their attention, they want to actually maintain properly. Sometimes people are unaware that there are these regulations within the city.
The neat lawns and well-tended gardens of the Green Dolphin Square subdivision in the 9 Mile Losser area is a good example of how the ACTION approach keeps code violations in check. Green Dolphin Neighborhood Association President Betty Arminio says the program often succeeds because it makes code violation complaints into subdivision issues rather than disputes
Absolutely,
between
you're
neighbors.
correct. Many times the neighbor doesn't want to make the complaint because they feel extremely uncomfortable. They feel, I have to live next to that person, I have to deal with them. So therefore they have a source where they're more comfortable, they do come to me, and it can be worked out.
Currently, about a third of Southfield's 100 neighborhood associations are resolving many of their code violation complaints through action. By calling the Code Enforcement Department at 354-4416, you can find out how to bring the action program to your neighborhood.
There are lots of fun things happening close to your neighborhood this summer. Here's City Connection entertainment reporter Garrett Bonnick with an update on what's happening.
You know, a lot of great concerts have happened on this stage behind me in past years, but now the Sunday night concert series at Sun Bowl has a new location and a new name. It's Sunday Concerts on the Lawn, and they take place here, right in front of the Civic Center. Here's what's coming up. On Sunday, July 28th, it's Shotgun Willie to put you in a country mood. On Sunday, August 4th, a night in New Orleans featuring Steve Riley and the Mammoo Players. You can bet that's all about jazz. And on Sunday, August 11th, the Skyliners provide Spirit of the Big Bands. Sunday night concerts on the lawn begin at 7 o'clock. Bring a lawn chair, bring a blanket, bring a picnic basket, sit back and enjoy the sweet sounds. For City Connection, I'm Garrett Bonnick.
Coming up, your federal tax dollars at work, making life a little easier for local seniors.
Please stay tuned.
How you doing? I'm the wild man from the band, the Spaghetti Jungle. And we just got through with a great set here with Drew and the crew. And when we're done, we're gonna go home and watch ourselves on Studio 15.
For more than 20 years, millions of federal dollars have flowed into Southfield in the form of community development block grants. The money is intended to make a big difference in the lives of moderate and low-income residents. Each year, the city reevaluates the way it is spending block grant money. The 1996-97 fiscal year started on July 1st. So City Connection begins a series of reports telling you about local programs which get block grant cash. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development 1996-97 community block grant budget for Southfield totals more than $900,000. $132,000, about 20%, is used to administer the program. Some 14 local programs now share the remaining $750,000. The programs provide home rehabilitation or security improvements, demolition of